university, you do not need to specify your major in the first 2 years, and you specify your major in the 3rd year and 4th year. Okay, so somehow our university wanted to take one step earlier than other universities. So we begin with this system first. So the student admitted to the Faculty of Science, and they do not need to specify the major. And therefore we emphasize the 16-in-1 means that we actually have a 16 major, but you go through one program first. Now starting from 2008, actually this year, September, we started to offer astronomy as a major in the Faculty of Science. But again, the student need not to specify their major right in the beginning. Although they don't need to specify the major in the first year, however, if they are really interested in astronomy, then they need to take the introductory level astronomy course to prepare the 2nd year and 3rd year for the major, right? Okay. So we will be the first university in Hong Kong to offer astronomy major in the entire Hong Kong. And the courses in the astronomy major will be following. We have the so-called Nature of the Universe. It's kind of the pretty broad lower level astronomy course. It gives the students some general background about astronomy, including the solar system, similar background of the cosmology, etc. And then we have a little bit more serious introductory level astronomy course, like a celestial dynamic and so forth. Okay. And in the 2nd year, we have a stellar astrophysics, observational astronomy, and physical universe. Okay. In the 3rd year, we started to have a even more specified subject, like a stellar atmosphere, interstellar medium, general relativity, cosmology, and astrophysics. Okay, so this is the courses students need to take if they wanted to major in astronomy. But however, you may notice that we are more or less emphasized in the theoretical part. The main reason is in Hong Kong, the observational condition is very, very poor. Okay? And it is very difficult to see a blue sky. So most of the time, you won't see anything. You won't see anything. And so in observational astronomy, we do have the, conventional, traditional, using the optical telescope to look at some star, and perhaps the binary star, supernova, remnant, Doppler cluster, and so forth. In addition to that, we introduced the radio astronomy, because radio astronomy is less affected by the sky conditions. Okay? But in most cases, we will rely on the satellite data. Okay? Instead of using the optical telescope, then we will basically using the X-ray satellite, high-energy gamma-ray satellite, or even Hubble Space Telescope data. Then to show the student there's another means to do the astronomy. Okay. Now, the research topic in astronomy basically, as I mentioned, there's 3 universities who have academic staff doing astronomy-related subjects. In the University of Science and Technology, there's a colleague called P.R. Chen, and there's Knox Williams. And actually, he's in the mathematics department. He's a NASA scientist before coming back to Hong Kong. But when he came back to Hong Kong. He worked in the mathematics department. And the basic research for him is he used the computer to simulate the solar convections in the suns. And recently he also studied the spectroscopy or the evolution of early type stars. Okay? In the Chinese University of Hong Kong, there's a colleague called MC and his training is not in astronomy. His basically training is in the theoretical nuclear physics. And so he will work on the theoretical aspect, like cosmology. Sometimes he work on the nuclear reaction in the supernova interactions. In our university, in particular in the Faculty of Science, we have more scientists to work on the astronomy subject, including the Dean of the Faculty of Sciences, Professor Sun Fox. He's a very famous infrared astronomer, and in fact, he came from Canada. When he was in Canada, he's in charge of an infrared satellite.
So he's now the dean?
Yeah, now he's the dean of the Faculty of Science. He was the director of the Institute of Astronomy in Taiwan before he came to Hong Kong. Okay, and he's basically worked on the planetary napkin, organic matter in space, and infrared spectroscopy. And he always gives talks to emphasize that perhaps that the origin of life in the Earth may come from the outside the solar system, because he actually showed that there are so many organic matter we can discover in space, and we can estimate how much of this organic matter which is flowing to the Earth. And it turns out that it is a significant amount of matters. Now, whether this really triggered the life appearance in Earth, we don't know, but certainly it would be one of the possible origins of life in the Earth. In the biology department, there's a staff called Steve Pontins, and Dr. Pontin, he's a biologist, but he's interested in studying the life in the extreme environment. For example, would it be possible to have life form in, say, in Mars or in other space-like environment? But of course, this is not his only field. But he just recently started his research in astrobiology. And in fact, he offered a course called astrobiology. And I forgot to put it in. Student major in astronomy can also take that course. But he's in the School of Biology. Another colleague in the Earth Sciences Department, he recently joined the faculty last year. And it's called Dr. Lee Van Hoy, and he's a field of research in the planetary science. So in the Faculty of Science, we started to push so-called interdisciplinary research, not just in astronomy, but astronomy involves different disciplines. Okay? Now in our department, we have a long history of astronomy research. Actually, before I come to Hong Kong U and University of Hong Kong, our main research focus is in cosmic ray. But now, because the cosmic ray is kind of not as popular as the other research field, so basically the cosmic ray research in Hong Kong, in our department, gradually diminishing. Oh, I forgot to mention. Actually, we have one colleague who still work on part of his research, still is the cosmic ray. Basically, he studied. We have a laboratory in the